Now close your eyes and imagine the worst pain you've ever endured, then multiply it by infinity. Welcome to the world of ancient surgery, where operations were performed with no painkillers, and the level of pain you had to endure was off the charts. But these ancient doctors somehow managed to survive these torturous procedures and live to tell the tale. How you're about to find out how ancient surgeons performed miracles, and why they put modern medicine to shame. But before we continue, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Also, stick around until the end to learn more about one of the most mysterious medical practices of all time. Now, picture this. You're a citizen of the Roman Empire. It's the year 100 AD, and you've got a raging infection in your leg. So you head to the local doctor, thinking he can help you out. But when you hear his plan, you're like, are you kidding me? He wants to cut open your leg and saw off your bone, all without putting you under anesthesia. And if that doesn't sound bad enough, he's going to do it while you're wide awake. If you're feeling faint, don't worry, you're in good company. That's because it wasn't uncommon for patients to pass out from pain during Roman surgeries, which raises a pretty messed up question. Would you still go ahead with the procedure? After all, if you don't get treatment, your infection could turn into gangrene and lead to the amputation of your entire limb down the line anyway. And let's be real, nobody wants to be walking around with a wooden leg. Surprisingly, many patients actually agreed to these crazy surgeries, which begs the question, what was their secret? What did these ancient healers know that we've lost over the centuries? Here's what we found out. Speed is paramount. Excavations in the Roman town of Pompeii revealed a wealth of surgical instruments. Offering a glimpse into the tools used by these ancient medical pioneers, most fascinating was their range of saws, including the user-reefer, designed to quickly sever bones, minimizing tissue damage. The key was swiftness. In the face of infection, speed was paramount. Archaeologists discovered a 2,000-year-old skull with perfectly drilled holes, evidence of successful brain surgery. The patient not only survived the operation, but thrived for years. This wouldn't have been possible without the surgeon's ability to perform the procedure quickly and accurately. After all, the longer the process dragged on, the greater the risk of infection. The other critical factor was the sharpness of their blades. And here's where things get really interesting. In the 1960s, researchers analyzed an Aztec surgical kit, and what they found shocked them to the core. Blades made of obsidian, a volcanic glass, were exponentially sharper than modern scalpels, allowing for clean incisions that minimize bleeding and reduce the chance of infection. To put this into perspective, imagine getting a paper cut on your finger. Now magnify that pain by thousands. That's what it was like for someone who had to undergo a surgical procedure without anesthesia. But even that was just the beginning. Aztec surgeons developed a reputation for their lightning-fast work, often removing tumors in under 30 seconds, a feat that would take some modern OR teams twice as long. This incredible skill enabled them to complete intricate operations, before patients even had a chance to feel overwhelmed by pain. To accomplish this, they developed advanced techniques and tools that allowed them to work at superhuman speeds. One example is the invention of the surgical saw, which allowed surgeons to quickly cut through bone without wasting precious time. In fact, studies have shown that the average Aztec surgeon could amputate a human head in less than 10 minutes, a record that has never been broken. But speed alone was not the secret to performing painless surgery without anesthesia. That's because Aztec surgeons also emphasized the importance of careful planning and precision before performing any procedure. They would spend hours studying their patient's anatomy and planning the operation down to the smallest detail. This meticulous approach allowed them to make clean incisions and avoid unnecessary tissue damage, which would have been extremely painful. For the patient, the Aztecs believed that the mind was a powerful tool and trained their patients in meditation and controlled breathing to help them cope with pain. They also developed a unique form of distraction therapy, which involved using music, dance, and other forms of entertainment to take the patient's mind off the procedure. They understood the importance of controlling the patient's state of mind and body in order to minimize pain and maximize healing. They knew that pain was not just physical, but also psychological. And by focusing on the patient's mental state, they were able to help them through the most excruciating procedures imaginable. Their techniques may sound bizarre, but they were highly effective. The Aztecs had a low mortality rate for surgical procedures, thanks to their advanced knowledge of human anatomy, their use of anesthesia, and their focus on cleanliness. In addition to their surgical skills, Aztec healers also developed a sophisticated understanding of human anatomy, which allowed them to perform complex procedures with minimal pain to the patient. They were particularly skilled at treating fractures and dislocations, and their techniques for setting broken bones were surprisingly effective. They also developed a unique form of acupuncture, which involved inserting thin needles into specific points on the body to relieve pain and promote healing. It's important to note that the Aztec Empire existed in relative isolation from other civilizations, and yet its medical practices were incredibly advanced for its time. Their techniques were developed through trial and error over many years, and they were constantly experimenting with new methods and technologies. Despite the brutality of some of their practices, such as human sacrifice, the Aztecs were also known for their compassion and their desire to alleviate suffering. Their medical practices were a testament to their belief in the sanctity of life and their commitment to preserving it. Today, we have largely forgotten about the Aztec Empire and its contributions to medicine. However, there is a growing interest in rediscovering and understanding their unique culture and traditions. As we continue to learn more about the Aztecs, we will undoubtedly uncover more secrets about their advanced medical practices and the incredible feats they accomplished without modern technology or painkillers. Controlling your mind? While precision was crucial, the true secret lay in mastering the patient's mind. But how exactly did these ancient healers achieve this? The answer, believe it or not, lies in the dusty pages of ancient Egyptian papyri. Among these fragile relics is a chilling formula for managing pain, one that would put modern medicine to shame. What if I told you that the key to enduring excruciating procedures without breaking a sweat could be as simple as learning to control your breathing? Sounds too easy to be true, right? Well, turns out the Egyptians had been practicing a form of deep breathing exercises for over 5,000 years. According to their beliefs, the soul resided in the body's vital organs, and by controlling your breath, you could influence your very life force. By learning to manipulate this energy, patients could not only endure unimaginable pain, but also heal faster and with fewer complications. But it wasn't just about controlling your mind. It was also about taming the beast within. That's right. These ancient healers believed that pain had a physical manifestation, a creature that needed to be pacified before the operation began. Using visualization techniques, patients learned to confront and conquer this inner demon, ultimately emerging victorious after the procedure. This practice of mental preparation was so effective that patients were willing to undergo months of training before an operation. But the benefits went beyond just enduring the pain of surgery. Patients who practiced this form of mental training experienced significantly reduced blood pressure, heart rate, and inflammation, leading to faster healing and fewer complications. This practice was so transformative that even the mightiest warriors sought out the guidance of these ancient healers. The teachings were even passed down to future generations, becoming a fundamental part of ancient wisdom. But the secrets didn't stop there. The Egyptians also delved into the depths of the human mind, discovering that suggestion and hypnosis could also be powerful tools in managing pain. By guiding patients into a trance-like state, they could bypass the conscious mind and directly influence the subconscious, convincing the patient that they were immune to pain. It's a technique that modern medicine has only recently started to explore, but the Egyptians were masters of the art. So the next time you find yourself facing a painful situation, remember the lessons of the ancients. Take control of your mind, tame the beast within, and harness the power of suggestion. You might just find that you're stronger than you think. Ancient Indian physicians took this principle even further by incorporating mantras into their medical practices. These mystical sounds and phrases were believed to have the power to heal the body and calm the mind. By chanting these mantras, patients could enter a state of deep relaxation and reduce their perception of pain. In fact, studies have shown that mantras can lower a person's heart rate and blood pressure, making them more resistant to pain. The Indian physicians also used hypnotic techniques to put their patients into a trance-like state, making them more susceptible to suggestions that could alleviate their pain. But perhaps the most shocking and effective method employed by ancient healers was the use of ice-cold river water. That's right. They would immerse the patient's limb in freezing cold water to numb the area and make surgery possible without anesthesia. Believe it or not, This practice was not only endorsed by ancient texts, but was also adopted by Civil War doctors. It's a testament to the effectiveness of this technique that even those in the face of battle preferred it to the alternative. So there you have it. From quick and precise surgeries to controlling the mind and the power of ice-cold water, these ancient doctors truly deserve our respect and admiration. But the story doesn't end here. There's much more to discover about ancient medicine and its secrets. Stay tuned for more updates and let us know in the comments below what you found most fascinating about these ancient medical practices. Till next time, stay curious and keep asking questions.